We didn't really have to do that, but Bastards of Bourbon, we're back.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man.
Oh,
we're getting
already
getting West Virginia. So we, if you can't see us, we're actually kind of redid the room, got new mics, new camera. It's actually the camera that Joe Rogan uses on his. Same thing. It still works for that, Steve.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. We're on? We're live?
But so on today's episode, we have Chris. Some people call him British Chris. Chris, good to have you.
It's good. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's good to be here. It's
I didn't understand one fucking word you said.
Sorry,
Here we go.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm also because I was speaking French. You know.
All right, and then
multilingual.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then I speak English and drunk.
two languages I excel at. We're gonna get along just fine.
Cheers.
And then we have Jeff back again. He is. We might have to get him his own notebook for these.
Yes.
That would be very special.
Yeah, we did actually add notebooks to it too, so we can actually keep and kind of catalog the tastings that we do instead of just random pieces of paper then throwing them away.
Right.
Love it.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. Very good idea.
And the last time that I hung out with Chris, was the adventure that happened at my house.
Yes, adventure is a good word for it.
Yes.
And you were speaking drunk that night, and I understood every word you said. So
it was a good time.
it was a lot of laughs that night.
I like to refer to that night as the escalation party.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
The escalation factor was times 10.
Yeah, well, and it was hilarious, too, because it was the first Bastards of Bourbon we decided to do just 3 or 4 bottles. We're like,
Right.
we're going to keep it
Yeah.
easy. We got done. We got so excited. We're like, okay, well, now we got to drink all the whiskey at Jeff's house.
Right.
Your island was just covered in bottles of whiskey.
I can pinpoint the time that the escalation went up 5-fold, and that is when Jacob's mother, and I believe your wife, walked in the front door.
And Jod.
And all hell broke loose. The noise level went up 10-fold. Mary brought wine, like a bag of wine.
Like we needed more alcohol.
Right. Oh, this will be good with bourbon.
And we literally, by the end of the night, I remember just looking at the island because we started,
Yeah.
as soon as I got there like a child, I went digging through Jeff's collection and pulled out all the bottles I wanted to try.
It was.
And I put them on the island.
It was like, I found my name on the presents under the Christmas tree. Can I open them?
He had quite a few. I hadn't had one that I had one time and is just so phenomenal, that Midsummer's Night Dram.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
It was funny how you found that in the back of that.
there it is.
The one.
Come on.
The one thing I remember from that night is like, and part of the reason why it was the escalation is because every time I'd have a bourbon, I say to myself, right, that's the last one. Every time you go, right, when you finish that one, here, you need to try this one. And then when you finish that one, here's another one. It's like, so basically, long story short, it was all your fault.
I've been blamed before.
Well, and then we started pulling scotch out.
Yes, he had the Macallan Quest.
Yeah.
Oh. And I was getting belligerent because I was like, why have you been holding back this Macallan from me?
Well, and then you were like, it's time to go, and you were just done.
Yeah.
You were like, all right, I guess Steve's leaving.
I think as well, like, because I actually went home. Fortunately, it was earlier on in the night, but I went home to bring my own bottle to the party as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Thank you for
Very
that.
nice.
Yeah. So the island started with like 4 bottles of whiskey on it. By the end of the night, there had to be 20 to 30 bottles of whiskey on that table.
There were. There were several in the garbage can the next morning. Empty.
All right. But Chris did also bring us a treat.
Yes.
As Jeff was about to point out.
Delicious.
He brought
Very
us
good.
an English whiskey. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So there was same bottle that I brought to that one night, the escalation.
It
night.
was?
And
That was the same bottle?
Actually, it might have been a different batch actually.
Yeah, it was a little bit different.
From the same distillery, I guess.
Okay, same distillery.
But yeah, so I figured even though it's this is a bourbon podcast, I figured bourbon and Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, they're cousins of the same family, a wonderful family of amazing delicious drinks.
Absolutely.
And so basically, like the English Whiskey Company, it's a pretty cool story. It's from a distillery in England, which is a bit unique and odd because, in fact, like when me and my dad actually discovered this this place, and we said the same. We thought the same thing. We were like, well, hang on, distillery in England. We don't make whiskey down here. That's for the Scotch and the Irish.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's go and check this out. And we did the tour and all that sort of stuff. And it was really cool, really fascinating. How they got started was the owner of the distillery. He is a third generation grain farmer.
Did you say Ferd?
Third, yeah.
Okay.
That's the Third with an F,
He can't help himself.
I know.
It's so fun.
But so he was third generation grain farmer, and they grew barley, wheat, rye, all different ingredients, and had customers from all over the place. But their largest customer base was actually Scotch and Irish distilleries. So they were like, well, if my stuff's good enough for these guys, because we all know how they're very particular about where they get their ingredients from. If my stuff's good enough for these guys, why can't I give it a go myself? So he's a bit of a whiskey connoisseur and all that. He's got a spring on his land as well. So he's like, about 20 years ago, he decided, screw it, let's just start trying to distill his own whiskey. So so that's what he started doing, and this is what came out.
It's a good story.
So it's pretty cool.
Good story, yeah.
So it's
Well, it's excellent.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Really nice.
The only thing that sucks is it's really hard to get it here in the US.
Okay.
They do ship internationally, but because of like the FDA and all that sort of stuff, it's harder to get into here.
So is your dad shipping this over to you?
Basically, what I do is like before COVID, I used to whenever I'd travel home, I'd always pack. I'd take 2 suitcases. And then one would be closed, one would be empty on the way back, and then when I came back here, it'd be full of something else.
Nice.
Beautiful.
He would actually throw
we've got a
clothes away to
connection.
fit whiskey.
Don't need these pants.
Oh, yeah.
I should also mention we actually have quite the peanut gallery today. We have my brother, PJ, over there. We have Adam Morgan, Brian Joyce. He should have brought my picture. I didn't think about it. And always Jacob Decker. All right, well, we should probably get into maybe the tasting I've been the most excited for in a long time.
Since the last tasting. Let's call it what it is.
But today, Jeff has brought some treats, and I'm going to let him describe those two to you real quick.
Well, let's see. The two that I brought, the Elmer T. Lee, which is, it's a rare find.
Very
hard
rare
to get.
Very hard to get.
We've been looking for it forever.
Well, and listen, it's out there.
Yeah.
There's this thing called the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it, but obviously it's not cheap. But
you're not going to pay the MSRP.
Excited to share that with you guys and see what your thoughts are. Full disclosure, Steve and I have already had a tasting, maybe 2, if I remember right.
Yeah,
and we did a little comparison to another product that's very similar that we'll talk about when we get to it. But and the Elijah Craig 18-year, which has just recently hit the Pennsylvania shelves.
Nice.
And a very, very dear friend of mine picked me up a bottle for my birthday, which was quite the awesome surprise, quite the awesome gift.
Who was it?
He might be sitting directly to my left. I have to tell you, I was kind of blown away at the when I opened it, and so of course we tasted it together. And again, I look forward to you guys tasting it and seeing what you think. But it's good.
It is good.
I'll leave it at that. But so that's a very special bottle to me. So
nice.
Yes, thank you. Our last bottle, which we have done on the podcast at least once. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we thought for the age range and in comparison with Elijah, Elmer T. Lee is somewhere in the neighborhood, even though it's not date stamped, 10 to 12 year. So this is 15-year Knob Creek, 100 proof, and I rave about it, probably more so than most. So we'll see how it stacks up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of anxious to see, where it's going to land with these two heavyweights.
I was gonna say these two heavy hitters.
Yeah, I have that at home also, Steve, and I'm a big fan too. This is a good lineup tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this.
Go
real
right
quick.
ahead. Let's get started. I know
and
this is the first time you've had it.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, good.
So, Chris, normally what we do is we put a little bit in the Glencairn, and then, obviously smell, taste, and then we'll add a little bit of water, which is
Okay.
what these are for, just to see what else it might bring out.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm super excited for this. A little bit nervous because I've never really done a taste testing before. So I'm super excited to.
You use this amount for the without water and water.
Okay.
All right.
So we start off with testing it without the water. Then you just put a little drop in.
Yeah, I'll show you on mine.
Yeah.
And then one thing I was going to recommend to you when you do these, especially when you're first starting, just throw shit off the wall.
trust
Like, you know what? I
ourselves.
think I
me
taste
it.
cherries.
Yeah.
Just throw it off the wall.
Because that's the other thing. Because I'm sure people have like different like various like palates, and my palate is very basic. Like with whiskey, with wine, with tequila or vodka or whatever it is like I drink it and I'm like, I like that. I will drink this again.
All right.
Well, hopefully,
Chris, we might be related.
Let's get to this Elmer because it smells fantastic.
it does, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Oh wow, yeah.
Definitely caramel,
Yeah.
which pretty much is standard.
It's almost like
Get a little bit of oak.
Does anyone get like a little bit of like a lemony kind of or like a citrusy kind of?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is kind of almost even like the orange coming
sweet.
out in it. Oh yeah, look at Chris
Hell
already
yeah.
knocking it out of
There
the
you go.
park.
Oh,
No, I just looked up at the TV screen. That was it,
Don't ever admit that.
It is
So,
fantastic.
Are you talking about this? Because I won't. If you are, go ahead.
What, this?
Yeah, you got some notes. Go ahead.
No.
No, you go.
I'll just add to anywhere where I need to.
Yeah, you
because
brought
this
it.
is
Go
your
ahead.
this
The,
is your baby.
The one note is that this is Elmer T. Lee and Blanton's are of the same mash bill.
Okay.
So, I mean, the only difference is age.
Yeah.
Blanton's is generally, I believe, 8 years or 6 to 8 years. Elmer T. Lee is 9 years plus. So
Man.
it's an older Blanton's, if you will. I don't want to take anything away from the name Elmer T. Lee,
Right.
but it is the same mash bill. It all starts out the same.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we did a little, and I know you got Blanton's sitting over there, but we did a smell taste test comparison,
yeah.
and the smell is identical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, well,
It's unbelievable how you wouldn't. There's no way you'd be able to differentiate.
distinguish. Yeah. Well, I can tell you the taste is different. It's phenomenal.
It's
I mean-
much different, I think.
Blanton's is phenomenal as well. I don't know. I think I get a little bit more sweetness out of this one, just a little bit. I don't think I typically get. I mean, it says honey up there. I don't know if I'm getting that. I do get the vanilla.
Yeah.
It just seems just a little bit more. That's what I'm looking for. Developed, I guess. Which age? So
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
It really is.
And it's a single barrel product, like Blanton's.
So, kind of a little cool story. Elmer T. Lee, original name Emeritus.
Wow.
He was hired.
Wow.
He was hired by the distillery in 1949 as a maintenance engineer by none other than Albert Blanton.
Oh, okay.
So Albert Blanton hired Elmer T. Lee. Elmer T. Lee, which I didn't realize this, retired in 1985 from the. He became a master distiller at
Yeah.
some point, but he retired in 1985. I was digging to find out when did they actually come out with the Elmer T. Lee label, but I couldn't find that.
Huh.
But just kind of a
Yeah. No.
couple,
Nice
as I
little
like to call
description.
them, nuggets.
Nuggets.
Little nugget.
I will tell you, I just added the water. When I added the water, I feel like I did get the honey from the smell.
And I definitely got the honey on my fur. I haven't added the water yet, but
Just to go back to like the taste test before we added the water. One thing, again, it was very hard for me to distinguish the different like taste notes. The one thing it did feel like it was doing was it felt like it was wrapping my tongue in silk.
Yeah, the
It
mouthfeel
was so
is phenomenal.
smooth. My tongue just has like this warm glow on it right now.
That's, I'm glad you brought that up because, mouthfeel is something we talk about a lot.
Yeah.
So we talk about the smell, the nose, and then the mouthfeel, and then the finish, and what you're getting on your on, as we like to say, your tongue, your palate, or your back end. Because you get some that are spicy that finish sweet, or the initial is sweetness and finish spicy.
Yeah.
But you're right, it does it coats it, which
coats
goes
your
to
mouth.
your point of like the togetherness of it,
Yeah. It just,
for lack of a better word.
Yeah, it's a total package. It really hits the mark on every aspect of a tasting. It's phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
The other great thing I love about this is we have had some really high-end bourbons on the podcast, and Dave and I get so ramped up for it. It's like, I mean, it's like our nipples touch each other from across the table. There's a visual for you.
You guys have really long nipples.
Well, when they get erect, Chris, I mean,
Things
Cutting
happen.
glass.
we
They're
can't
cutting
control
glass
it.
with them.
Things happen in the bourbon world.
And then sadly we end up disappointed a lot of
Yeah.
times. Not always, but
it
I feel
happens.
like this is one that lives up to the hype.
Definitely lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
I would probably, I know it's way more than MSRP, but gosh. Just the legacy behind it, like of actually owning a bottle of it and the actual flavor, man. I would pay the couple $100 probably.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be keeping the empty bottle.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's also a unique bottle.
Well,
Get the grips on the side.
Yeah.
one thing I'm noticing, like after adding the water, is it's got more of like a peppery like flavor to it. Is anyone else
A
getting
little
that?
bit
Yes.
of spice comes out of the
Yeah.
end.
It came out
Uh-huh.
more for sure.
Yeah.
You've definitely done this before, Chris. He's coming in hot.
He's slow playing us.
I'm just a borderline alcoholic.
Oh, come on. You're not borderline.
I'm in denial.
He just didn't realize he could also pick out notes. He's always just drank it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like ding, 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 ding.
All right, I know this might be, and you could say no, but could we just do a real quick splash of Blanton's after this? Do you want to? We don't have to. I know we're going off script here, but
It's not
let's-
even off script. We've been trying to make sure we limit it because we get out of hand. You saw it last week.
Well, we only got
Or
2
less
more
than.
after this.
Yeah.
But the smell and the taste profile is so similar. I think doing it right now would be.
How can I say no to
How can I
Blanton?
say no? Blanton's.
Why is he talking in this Jim Gaffigan voice?
All right. Let's.
So just a little taste right on top here.
Yeah.
We can't get out of our own way.
We cannot.
Well, I mean, we are the bastards.
That is the
of-
last.
You are the bastards.
We're
of
recording
bourbon.
2 episodes today. That is the last one we're adding to this episode. We're not adding another. one.
Okay, Dad. And I'm not rinsing my glass either.
The bastards are getting old.
Speak for yourself.
Well, that's why you're like an up and coming bastard.
It depends who you ask. Some people. No, you're a bastard. A full-fledged bastard.
Oh yeah, he's a bastard.
All right, just a little bit here.
Just a little tiddly bit.
Tiddly bit. Let's see. This is why you need guys from other countries around. All right.
Well, that and somebody's got to cut my grass.
Oh man, the smell. The smell.
That probably wasn't
oh,
nice, was
man,
it?
No,
Didn't go over well.
Oh my God.
Jacob, delete.
Make a timestamp on that. Give it a-
Now, I'm telling
I
you,
didn't say which country.
when we did this smell test and
mean-
tasted it side by side, we were completely sober, had nothing else, right?
That's right.
And I feel like we were.
Well, we may have done one other taste before, but we were sober, and side by side,
Yeah,
couldn't tell the difference on the nose.
it's
This is maybe doing it like this back to back, this is maybe not quite as powerful.
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Maybe.
Is it efficient?
Higher
Since it's not
proof,
side by
slightly
side.
higher proof, 94.
Yeah. I get. It's so similar.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's so similar. Like, I feel like there's a small difference, but I can't decide what it is.
It makes me think. I mean,
2 years.
yeah, right, and that's exactly what we thought. We were like, okay, so they just took the Blanton's barrels and said, we'll let those age a couple more years, and then we'll bottle it, and we'll honor Elmer T. Lee and call it Elmer T. Lee.
It almost
Seriously, I agree completely.
like it almost smells like stronger, but I'm trying to think of the right word. Not flatter, but it smells stronger with just a little less depth than the Elmer.
I would agree with that. And on the taste, I think this is a little bit spicier.
Yep. And
I got the same thing.
Yeah, and the mouthfeel is very similar.
It's very similar, but I think Elmer's blows it out of the water.
Yeah, it's just
I don't know if it blows it out of the water.
The mouthfeel, it didn't coat it the same way that Elmer T. Lee
okay.
did.
Okay.
Like it didn't.
But I
coat
still
my
get
mouth.
the same. I still get the same vanilla.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I still get the same oaky,
Yeah.
caramel, but just a little bit more spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the extra time in the barrel allowed it to be a little bit softer?
Yep. It mellowed it out just a little more.
But
Yeah.
so same mash bill. It's all coming from the same stock.
When I add the water, the two with the water, it smell almost like exactly the same. Not almost, like exactly the same.
I'm not a big fan of adding water to Elmer or Blanton's, but I'm going to do it for
which, by the way,
sake of the bastards.
when I did my mash bill,
I would not have done it if it wasn't for the podcast.
when I did some of the mash bill research, the other bourbons that Buffalo Trace makes out of this same mash bill is Hancock, which we
Okay.
were talking about maybe doing
Yeah.
Blanton's, Elmer T. Lee, and Hancock, and Ancient Age 10-year.
Listen,
Which I have here.
wait,
I know.
Ancient Age 10-year or Ancient Age just Ancient Age?
I couldn't. They reference 10-year.
You have a 10-year?
You would think the Ancient Age is just the same mash bill though that for the regular and the Ted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the 10?
Yeah.
He does,
Now-
and we had it on the podcast.
Wait, now
No,
no,
we
it was
didn't do the
regular
10.
Ancient Age.
Yeah.
should we?
No.
I'm
You
just
can
saying.
see how
It's the
quickly.
same mash bill. Maybe we should see how it compares. We're going backwards in age right now.
No, we could not. We could not add that as well. Plus, even though it's probably decent, as we found out with the regular Ancient Age, like, oh shit, it's not bad. But we would probably still be a little disappointed when it's going up against
Right.
these.
Are we
Well,
gonna
I-
Are we gonna add Blanton's to the rankings? We're gonna put it in with the 4. I mean the 3.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Okay. All right.
I say if you want to,
That was simply a comparison for the same match.
yeah.
but it's very similar.
It's very.
Yeah.
Listen,
Very
I am
similar.
so happy that we're able to get Blanton's at MSRP.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I see it on the internet for $200.
Wait. Guy I golf with today, he gets it regular $215, and he has no problem paying it.
$215.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, oh man, and he gave me. As soon as I told him, my situation, he immediately whipped out a card out of his wallet, and he was like, "Call me when you have it, or you can get me one."
Hey, give me that card.
My cousin in England, I sent him like a picture of the Blantons that I've been like searching for, and it's really hard to get a hold of. He was able to pick it up at like Tesco Express, which is kind of like a like a
Costco?
kind of like a convenience store.
Okay. Oh my God.
Tesco Express, like £30. Like, and
For
it was like
30
on the
pounds?
All right, translate.
30 quid, so that's probably about like, I don't know, $35, $40. But
Oh.
it's on the shelf, like stacked up. Like,
For $30-some dollars? Do you tell him to go back and buy the rest of it?
I did, yeah.
All of it.
We'll pay the shipping to get it here.
No, yeah, I'm waiting for them to restrict the borders so I can go back, and I'm coming back with English whiskey and Blantons.
Yes.
How nuts is that? We're in the state of
Wow.
Ohio, which borders Kentucky.
Yep.
And it's easier for me to fly back to England to get to get a bourbon than it is to
That's
get
funny.
it here in Ohio.
That really is funny.
It's funny. We are very fortunate that we have access. We do find it.
Yeah.
Not for fucking $40.
No.
54.
I mean, listen, I'm
$99.
ecstatic. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
anytime I get it for under $60, I'm thinking, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is great. Because I have paid as much as $100 for it, but
I might have been a bit off on the exchange rate. So 30 quid. So it's probably more. It was like 30 quid. So that's probably, I don't know, maybe a lot more like $45, $50.
What's a quid? I thought you guys were the pound.
So you know how the buck is $1? Like $50 is $50.
Yeah.
Or $50 dues if you're from Australia.
dollar
okay.
dudes.
$50.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
using that from now on.
I see. So pounds are quids.
Yeah. So a quid is is a pound basically.
See
Same
there, I
thing.
learned something again today.
There we go. Yeah,
That's
you know.
beautiful.
So
that's what I'm here to do.
Jacob pulled it up. So 30 pounds equals 41.62 doll hairs.
Jacob, you're the best.
Oh, there we go.
And
Good job,
by the way,
Jacob.
I'm
And
going
right-
to get a flight to England tomorrow.
Not quite yet. No, they haven't quite.
People aren't letting
lifted up
Americans in.
Yeah, they haven't lifted up the border restrictions, but you can
Oh.
swim.
Oh, good.
Who was the lady that swam the English Channel? Jacob?
Margaret.
Margaret?
Yeah.
That's a good guess. And I'm going to guess she had bad teeth.
Margaret.
She had no teeth.
Gertrude.
She was French.
Ederle.
She had no teeth. She never would have left the house.
Gertrude Ederle. You were kind of close with Margaret, I feel like.
There is
Gertrude and Margaret.
man,
There
yeah.
is no tougher female name than Gertrude.
Gertrude. Yeah.
Gertie.
You do
I mean, that's a
not.
great name. She's a
you
Gertie.
don't fuck with someone named Gertrude.
No.
Ever.
You do not.
You don't fuck with Bertha.
Look at it. Look, that is a woman
Wait.
you do not mess with.
Look at
That's
that
not a
jawline.
woman.
That is that's
Oh, Jesus. It's
yeah,
one
that's a
of
woman
those.
you don't mess with.
It's one of those Bruce Jenner things.
Oh, my Lord.
He became Gertrude.
How did we get off on this tangent?
I don't know. Let's get back
Can
to
we,
the whiskey.
Can we reel it back in, please?
All right, let's
For the
move
love
on.
of God.
Elijah.
Elijah Craig.
It's a biblical
18.
name.
Elijah Craig 18. It is 90 proof. And I am super excited for this as well.
Yeah, so I did a little research on the Elijah 18. Here, I didn't realize this, but they also have a 23.
Yep. They also have a 19, a 20, a 21, and 22.
No.
They do. They release them from time to time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I shouldn't say not every year.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
They're also really good at counting.
I know. It's shocking.
So
Look at the color. You know, we don't really talk about the color very often.
the color's great, actually.
The color, just looking at your Glencairns,
Yeah.
which, Chris, by the way, and I know you know this because you're from there, but, this is the only proper way we like to drink our bourbon. And it's not this is a Scotland thing. If you are going to get the true
Glencairn.
He's
Glencairns.
definitely not from Scotland.
I know he's not, but,
He drinks like he is.
but it goes back to the Scottish or the Scotch whiskey and
Yeah,
your
actually,
story.
because we were talking about it that one night. Because I'll be honest, before that night, I'd never really heard of like the Glenclarrington, and like its
Did
origins.
you say Glen
and-
Carrington?
Yeah,
Just Glen
That's a TV show.
Yeah. So, what is it about the glass that? What's
the
its
shape.
like, origins like?
Oh, well, the origins, I can't tell you that other than obviously it's from Scotland, and they came up with the this type of glass, and I think they probably tested different sizes and shapes.
These are nice.
But it's supposed to bring out the smell
Yeah.
and the nuances of whatever it is you're drinking out of
Yeah.
it. And it's kind of shaped, unless you have a nose shaped like mine, that your nose can kind of fit in there.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah.
Most noses fit. Some guys need glasses like this. Sorry.
Hey, I will tell you the smell on this is fantastic.
It's, it's a good smell.
Yeah, I'll tell you though. With the regular Elijah Craig that I had, I mean the barrel proof is excellent, but with just those two as reference, I probably wouldn't have been as excited for the 18. But after you brought that toasted barrel, I'm like, I want to taste everything Elijah Craig does.
I like their stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like Chris. Oh, this tastes good.
I'll drink
What's
this
that?
again.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you, I'm not an enormous fan of just the standard.
The regular small batch, it's just it's eh.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's their
But-
inexpensive.
Right, but I guess I always put it up against Buffalo Trace is inexpensive.
Yeah.
Or
Still is
Old Forester
spectacular.
inexpensive, and
Yeah.
Old Forester inexpensive is inexpensive. I
Yeah.
mean, their $18 bottles are pretty decent bottles.
Yeah.
This, I feel like I get marshmallow. Hold on, we got something up here. So about the Glencairns, the glass was quickly picked up by whiskey experts all over Scotland, immensely popular because of its superior nosing properties. For instance, the Glencairn glass has a narrow opening that limits the amount of skin contact with the whiskey, thus preserving its strength over the course of the dram. What's more is that it allows the whiskey's aromas to accumulate in the air above, providing a richer scent and fuller tasting experience. And because of the glass's unobstructed body shape, experts can easily observe the color and behavior of their whiskey. All that is to say, it's pretty much a choice, but canvas for whiskey expression. Cut canvas for whiskey expression. Okay, yeah, nice.
That's awesome. Yeah.
and it's
It
not
is.
a true Glencairn unless it has it on the bottom.
On the
of
bottom,
bottle.
yeah.
It's absolutely the best tasting
Oh, without
glass
a doubt.
to use. And
When you go to
if you don't believe us, experiment at home.
Yeah, honestly, at Garden Grill, when I would be tasting something new there, I'd started putting it in a wine glass because their rocks glasses are all they have, and it's not suitable for like really tasting something new. The wine glass does a little bit of a better job.
One thing I've just noticed is you guys are all holding it like down by the stem. I've been holding it up here like a complete amateur.
I don't know that that's right or wrong with whiskey.
We just like to feel fancy.
Yeah.
I know not to
Oh.
be
Pinkies out, pinkies out.
Yes.
If it was a wine
he's so
glass,
fancy.
if it's a wine glass, you don't want to hold
Yeah.
the name.
Does anybody else
Because
get
it
marshmallow
warms
from the
wine.
smell of this?
I don't know that it matters with whiskey. I don't know.
Yeah.
I truly don't know.
Yeah.
I
think
mean,
you might have been the one that was right. We were
I
wrong.
I don't know.
understand.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna follow suit. You know. Yeah. I want to look sophisticated.
Thank you.
I understand where you're coming from. There's something unique there. I don't know if it's marshmallow, but there's a toastiness, and I guess it's like I got toasted barrel now in my head.
Yeah.
But it's
I know you're looking for that, Jacob. Let me see the tasting notes real quick.
It's pepper. It's clove. It's pepper. It's clove.
I feel like
definitely
for an
smoky.
18-year-old bourbon, I would expect a little more of a longer finish.
Yeah. The mouthfeel is decent. It's not fantastic.
Yeah.
Tommy would say it's cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yeah. Definitely get some cinnamon there. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I get a little bit of the honey.
See, the chocolate, and I think that's what I like chocolate, and I like orange. I mean, caramel and vanilla, sure. But when I get bourbon that has like an orange peel taste to it, or the chocolate or the cocoa, I tend to really, really like those. More than just really like. I mean, I really, really like.
Yeah.
So I definitely get that in this.
Yes.
I actually definitely get the chocolate
Which
on
is
the taste.
which is a big reason why I like the toasted barrel.
Yeah.
Some of the double barrel stuff that has that flavor profile. But I mean, really, this is really good.
It's excellent.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's
really, really
excellent.
good.
It's a little bit spicier than the Elmer
It
T.
is.
Lee for sure.
Yeah.
It's long lasting on my tongue with the spiciness for
Same
sure.
here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's different. It is just different than what we just had, but in its own right, it holds its own, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's the sweetness of the Elmer versus the spicy maybe of this.
Yeah.
There's a difference. It's a different taste, but boy, they're both really good.
They're both fantastic.
Yeah.
This is going to be. I feel right now this is going to be one of those tastings where it's unfortunate that these are going up against each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know we've done several.
We call
Dave.
it a bastard tasting.
I know we've done several where we've made comments like, "Listen, although this came in 5th place, go buy it because the other 4 above it are just a tad bit better."
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do a
Little water in it.
Yeah, but I forgot. So I'm gonna have
Yeah,
I forgot, but I'm gonna have to have a little more.
And Chris, it's okay not to put water in it.
This is how things. This is how things go downhill. Like, damn, we forgot to put water, so
Hey.
we need a little
Oh,
more.
Yeah. No.
hey, let's not forget. It's my fucking bourbon.
That little drop of water is keeping me hydrated.
That's right.
That's it. H2O. That's
Very important.
We need to drink 8 glasses a day.
I feel
Now only 7.8.
I feel like with the water, it brought out more of the smokiness for me.
I'll just trust you on that.
You're not even gonna give it a go.
No. I'm not pouring any more in. We've got.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm getting smokiness.
On the smell, I am, not the taste. I haven't even tasted it yet.
MSRP $200. So it's important. I know. It's important to bring that up.
Hey,
Yeah.
and he bought it for me.
The MSRP. Let's actually MSRP for that Elmer T. Lee is $50. The MSRP for the Elijah Craig 18 is $200.
Yeah, just just a skosh, if you will, under 200.
A skosh.
Don't ask me to define that. Start talking about pubes and everything else.
Well, one thing I found about this, before without the water, it definitely had like much more of like a fuller body to it, but it was definitely more of like a punch in the face, and then it kind of like and then it was gone. It kind of dissipated very quickly. Adding the water, it kind of like it wasn't as hard of a blow, but it kind of like lingered a little bit more.
Oh.
I definitely get the spice on the lips.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After the water, it's funny though. It's after the water. Which
Yeah, like it kind of like just lingers
bit of
a
a
little
longer-
bit
So
longer-
the,
Yeah.
so the
Longer
water,
tasting of water.
so the
Yeah.
water brought out some spiciness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Common sense would say no. It's the other way around, right?
It's going to mellow it out.
Yeah.
It did seem to make it a little. Yeah, it did seem to make it a little spicier. But it's also, but it did make it like less of a punch in the face at the same time, for
And it
sure.
kind of like lingered a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Everybody
longer,
has
you
a
know?
plan until they get punched in the face. Who said that?
That was Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yep.
Unless it's during sex. Go ahead, punch me in the face.
Then my
Hit me
plan
again.
stays the same.
Hit me again. Oh God, Steve.
Hey, I mean, you got to bring it in.
I mean, it's information people have to know.
Right. Oh, okay, so it's acceptable to punch my partner in the face during sex. I thought I was unusual.
Now I'm gonna let my freak flag fly.
Hey,
My freak flag.
there's people out there that pay good money for that.
That's right. Shoot.
All right. So last but maybe not least,
Knob Creek 15.
So I'm real curious to see how this compares because Steve and I have both had this. Have you had this before,
I have, yeah.
Chris? You had this?
Didn't you have a bottle?
No, I've not.
No, I have
never
a
had
12.
this.
Oh, you, and,
Oh,
the,
I
and you have the
I don't
cash
know. I
strength.
may have done.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You have the elusive 12. That's hard to get.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 12 and I have the cash strength rye.
Now, Manny was saying today that
I'm not a huge fan of this shit.
And it's hard to get off.
he likes the 12. He thinks he
12's
likes
good.
the 12 better than a
Yeah.
15. I was like,
It's tough to say.
yeah. Again, spectacular color.
It is. It's a little. Is it a little darker?
I actually think that Elijah Craig might be the darkest.
Yeah, it was pretty dark.
That's a little more mellow scent.
Yeah, I don't get as much. 100 proof.
Oh, nowhere near as much. Like, weirdly, I don't know how else to describe it, but the smell seems watery.
Yeah.
No, not to me. It seems a little bit bourbony.
Like just less complex. Like compared to the other two, it's
See, I
watered
like
down.
this scent better than the Elijah.
Oh, really? I love
Yeah.
the Elijah smell.
The Elijah was different, and maybe it was because we had it after Elmer, but it was a little different.
Oh.
But I like the Elijah taste because of the cocoa and the.
It's like really tingly. It's really tingly on the nostrils, like the smell.
See, I think it's soft,
Wait until you try it.
but you have a lot
Have
of.
you tried it?
You have a lot of nasal. you have a lot of hair in your nose.
I do, yes, yeah. That's because I don't have a girlfriend that keeps nagging me about taking care of it. So
You don't need a girlfriend to take care of your nasal hair, Chris.
Right.
Come on. It's like ear hair.
It hurts too much.
You got hair growing out of your ears yet?
Yeah, all the time. You know.
It's really good.
I've started like braiding them. You know.
Oh my god!
Braiding them and naming them.
Let's get off your nose
Wow.
hairs.
Oh.
So it's really good. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you, the amount of flavor I get.
Wow.
Now, when I first did it, and we forgot to tell Chris about this, about the Kentucky Chew, I chewed it right away.
Yeah.
Because I like this so much. I mean, they're just, to me, there's just so much flavor there.
There's a ton of flavor, but I think this is a very short finish. I don't get a lot,
It lingers on spice to me, but I agree with the shorter finish.
but the flavor
Yeah.
profile is really, really good.
It's good to me. It's up there. Well, the leather's up there.
Toffee.
It's either leather or wood, but it's one of the two. It's more woody or leatherier than the other two.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time with what leather tastes like.
Yeah. Well, lately I've just been. Lately, anytime I see somebody with like a leather coat on or leather pants, I just lick them. Just to.
Well, I think
Yeah.
you two are both used to having like a leather.
And then they look at you weird, and you're like, hey, podcast.
This is for
research.
a bourbon podcast. Everybody relax.
So what I love is when I read, and I read this in the Elmer T. Lee description, old leather. I'm like, okay, so wait a second. Now they're saying, well, no, this one's old leather versus new leather.
Yeah.
So is someone out there just tasting different
Right.
vintages of leather?
Well, you have to in order to become a true connoisseur.
But there's nothing like the smell of young leather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really,
Yeah.
I mean, young
Yeah.
new leather is a good smell.
Yeah.
It's a good smell.
You're right.
I agree with that.
And you're thinking of cars, though, right? Like a
Yeah,
new
let's
car.
go with that.
Yeah. So I need to start licking car seats.
Okay.
Wait,
I mean,
you might not want to lick mine, Dave.
I'm gonna go with the back area, not the ass area.
that's not, less.
Maybe the headrest.
The headrest would be good. Yeah.
I'm going straight to the middle seat because no one sits there.
hey, that's an excellent point, Chris.
Yeah.
It really is.
That was way smarter than mine.
That's where you're going to get most of the germ-free leather.
yeah. Well, and we're trying to be COVID safe,
Wow.
so
This is almost going to be an unfair ranking.
it's good.
I just recently claimed this in my top 5.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my top 5's ever changing. but
Yeah, I was gonna say like from
yesterday,
day to day.
yesterday it was in my top 5.
Yeah. I would like to know what the other top 5 are.
It was Elmer T. Lee. Blanton's was 5. Elmer T. Lee was 4. Knob Creek 15 was 3.
Jeez.
I know. Stag was 2. And Weller Foolproof was number 1.
Okay.
That's a good lineup.
I would
Foolproof
probably put Stag
bastards.
behind,
These.
well, behind Elmer and Blanton's for sure.
I wouldn't put it behind Blanton's. You didn't on the tasting either.
That's because I was drunk.
And it was the first time
And
any
he
of
was
us had
singing,
had it.
And it was the first time I had
Mrs. Jones.
Is that when I was singing?
I don't know.
Because I could sing it tonight if you'd like.
No, I'm sure we'll get there.
Looking forward to it.
Mrs. Jones.
Oh, I like it with the
Mrs.
water.
Jones.
The smell on the water.
I do.
All right,
I now with the water on the smell get the tobacco.
Yeah.
I smell like Red Man tobacco.
Ooh.
on the nose.
Put a
on the
chaw in.
It changed the nose completely. The
Yeah.
nose is so much better with the water.
It's lost all of its like spiciness, from before the water, where you felt like you smelled like a spiciness and like where you could like almost like smell like the alcohol sort of thing. You've lost that, and there's it's a lot more like balanced.
Yeah. Well, and I can tell you,
That-
I definitely
that-
get that peanut now.
That is the
actually.
biggest change
on the
of
nose.
the three we had with the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely
It's
big
crazy.
change.
Yeah. It's massive.
It
That's crazy.
I mean,
and the thing is, this could be one of those rare bourbons. Not rare, but we like our bourbons neat. But this could be one of those that you want to drink it on a rock.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
it just
I-
or at
tastes
least with some water.
I
Oh,
completely
man.
agree, Steve. That
That is so
it
good.
It just took a leap.
Yeah. Like a serious leap.
yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
Interesting.
crazy. That's
That's
so
by
much
far the
different.
biggest change with a drop or two of water
nuts.
of the 3 we had.
It's one of the biggest I remember. We've done this before, and I don't remember it having that kind of difference.
We probably forgot to do
So,
water.
You know what would be interesting now? What would be really interesting now is to bring the stag on the table.
He's evil.
No.
I mean, just a little taste of the stag.
I mean, what did you
Hey,
say last time you left here, Jeff? When you were like walking across the yard?
Fuck off, Dave. Why don't you cut your grass, Dave?
Fuck was involved.
I'm not fucking drinking anymore, bro.
Yeah, he didn't have to drive. I drove him home.
I'd like to say, I mean, if this is going to be a real thorough taste test, I feel like, we've got to bring the stag in.
Thank
know?
you, Chris.
Why do I get the feeling we're bringing the 3 monarchs out now?
I mean,
this is going to be one long tasting.
I mean, these bastards are
trying to
bourbon are like,
separate it. We're
no,
separating
we can't taste anymore. I mean, one more little taste isn't going to hurt, is it?
we still have a minimum of 3 more after this.
That's up to you guys.
And-
It's not up to Chris and I.
And if anyone's worried about getting too drunk, you can always you can take the test and spit it into the bitch bowl.
Which, by the
I
way,
love it. The bitch bowl.
Which, by the way, there's information you don't have, Chris.
would you like me to inform
Yeah,
him?
I would like you to inform.
As a newbie on the Bastards of Bourbon podcast,
Yeah.
at the end of the podcast, you have to drink from the bitch bowl.
Nice. Nice. I didn't know that.
So far, you're really lucky because sometimes Steve throws some tobacco in there.
Oh, it's going in.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you get a little.
It just adds to the flavor.
Yeah. It's what they used to do to bourbon right after Prohibition to try to give it that color.
Yeah.
Dip spit.
Yep. That is a true story.
That's 100% true
Yeah.
story. It's how we came into Bottle and Bond.
Uh-huh. Someone had to regulate it.
Had to be done.
These sons of bitches are spitting in these bottles.
They were putting arsenic and shit in there too, like just to like get it the color and taste. Well, we'll poison them, but they'll come back. Oh my god.
Ooh, here's a question. Which are the 3 that we've tasted?
Did you say free?
I did say 3, yes. Free as in being American, you know.
Proud to be an American.
Well, at least I know I'm free.
Wow, you got a good voice. That's good. That was really good, Chris.
So which are the 3 do you think would accompany a cigar the best?
All
All of good
All of
yeah.
them, yeah. They'd all be great.
There's something about bourbon and a cigar that is just, it's better than wine in a cigar. It's better than a mixed drink in a cigar. There's just something that meshes well with tobacco.
But you know what's weird?
does.
You know what's weird is I the only one on this table I would maybe drink with a cigar is the 15. I don't want anything else fucking with those other 2. And I like the 15 a lot,
That's
but
well
it's
said.
but it's more accessible.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'd drink all 3 with a cigar.
I also smoke a lot less cigars, so they fuck with my mouth.
Oh, okay.
I'll smoke a cigarette, but these cigars, get out of here.
Kind of happy you haven't had 8 tonight.
That's wrong. I've had
Yeah.
2.
I haven't even noticed.
You're getting
I
used.
haven't.
You're getting used to
I
it.
just see a couple butts there. But
Getting used to it.
Circulation going tonight.
Yeah, I know. I turned the fan the right direction.
I don't know. It feels like we should have one more.
I'll second that motion.
All right. Here's what I'm going to propose. And I
Which one
wait.
are you proposing?
The only one I would accept because it was
Will
my
you let me
original.
propose it first?
Okay.
Why don't we go back and have another Elmer?
Oh well, yeah.
But what were you originally proposing? Stag?
I don't think I want to do 130 proof.
No.
after
No,
this.
no.
Honestly, the only 2 that I would maybe propose as something different, just because it was my original thoughts for the podcast, and you guys had one of them for your original thought as well, was that new E.H. Taylor single barrel or the Hancock.
Hancock, and I like the Hancock, and that's right where I was going, Dave.
Let's go.
You read it. Only because it's the same mash bill
Let's
as the
do it then.
Blanton's and the Elmer T. Lee.
All right, grab that, and
Oh,
it's a
it
low
is?
proof.
It is a low proof.
That Hancock is sitting on the second shelf all the way.
Okay. Well, that gives us
away
a
from you.
Blanton's, an
But
Elmer, and a Hancock.
I'm going to warn you right now, before we decide on Hancock, it's the bastard child. It's a little bit lower proof. It's also the master distiller is Herbie Hancock. So come on, how fucking good can
Well,
it be?
let's put some jazz on the radio and get going.
Jazz on the radio.
I know. Who has a radio anymore, right?
Now, I'm only agreeing to do this with the understanding that when this is all said and done, I can get another smidge of that Elmer.
Deal.
All right.
Oh, so now you've upped it to 2 more pours.
Oh, no, just before he leaves.
No,
just before
it's
he
a
leaves.
smidge. Have you
Just
heard
before-
smidge before?
Not
Because we had a skosh earlier.
right. Not to be confused with skosh.
Just because I don't know when I'll be hanging out with you again. And
Well, I hope soon.
Fantastic. I would hope so too. We live honestly kind of like what 10
30
blocks
seconds
away.
apart.
It's a little bit closer walk than you and Brian made from my house.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian, chime in here.
Yeah, we walked.
Wait, you guys walked to here from his house?
Yeah. And you would,
And they did it with smiles on their face.
and you would think
Beers in our hands.
I mean, I was begging you to stay. You
it was
wouldn't
like
stay.
it was like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh.
And so hold on, we're leaving, and I'm like, Brian, call your wife. She'll come give us a ride. Also, my friend Jenna, that's his wife. So I'm like, call Jenna, and then we're walking up the stairs, and he's like, we're not calling anybody. And I was like, Steve, we're gonna need road beers. So 3 or 4 in the morning, and you'd think we'd be like, oh, let's just be cool, let's just walk. No, we're playing music on the phone, dancing with these beers.
Oh, my God.
Such a good time.
Get pulled over for walking while intoxicated.
It was,
Oh yeah, I'd say probably about that.
So-
What?
An hour.
yeah. Well, the worst part
out
is
of the neighborhood.
the worst part was the hill, like F's Lane hills. Like we were like halfway through it, and I was like, where are we?
Wait, this is Adam?
Yeah.
Okay, so Adam, here's the most unbelievable thing out of this. So I have plenty of room for people
all
to
the
sleep.
room.
Couches, beds, you name it. Comfort. And I'm like, guys, just stay. It was like they had some sort of wish, like death wish. Like, no, we were going to walk the gauntlet of F's Lane,
Jesus
drink
Christ.
beer in the middle of the night.
Middle of the night, in the early morning.
Yeah. And then you probably walked right down the middle of F's Lane, too.
No, we didn't walk right down the middle of the road till we hit Fernwood, and then some guy stopped and asked me if we were okay, and I said, "Yep, almost home."
Like, what's wrong with these guys?
Listen, they if I would have remembered how hilly F's Lane was,
Oh,
I wouldn't have done it.
It'll put a hurting on you.
Whew, that is.
I used to run that, and man, my calves would scream.
Well, I can't
like
believe
no
you didn't go up
tomorrow.
the back way up to Ferguson's. Is there a fence up there or something?
I don't know.
You kind of went the long way around.
We just hit the road, man. Yeah, we just hit the
Did
road.
you stop at Taco Bell?
No, we did stop at Speedway.
No.
What'd you
Jacob,
get,
now
cigarettes?
I remember why these were 3 hours long. I'm remembering it now.
All right, so let's get to the Hancock.
All right, so Hancock,
Hancock's
which we
Reserve.
are technically adding to the tasting, correct?
No.
Okay.
I believe
I
we
think we
added
should.
Blanton's and
'Cause-
Hancock.
Because we should at least because they're all the same mash bill.
Right.
Quick notes.
I mean, I got notes. Yeah.
Quick
But
notes on
this is
Blanton.
this Hancock is made by Buffalo Trace. If you go on their website,
You won't see it.
you won't see it. So it is like the elusive bourbon made by Buffalo Trace. Very elusive. I don't even know where you buy it. Honest to God, I don't know how
Ambassador
got his
Bean
hand.
got it for
I don't know
us.
how he got his hands
It's
on
not even listed on the website. You would never know it's a Buffalo Trace
it. No,
item.
no.
It does have a similar smell, but not quite exact.
I think this is like their 4-year.
Well, so I get fruit from it on the nose and the taste, sweet. The mouthfeel is not good. Definitely fruit. It's fruit all day.
I'm not going to go as far as say it's not good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean,
The mouthfeel I don't like, but the flavor is good.
I just feel like your words are negative right now.
Look at what we just put it up against.
Negative Nancy.
I've always been a Nancy.
Oh, he's a Nancy.
He's a Nancy boy.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, come on. I don't mind it.
I don't hate it.
I don't
No,
mind
I don't
it.
hate it at all.
Is it as good as Elmer T. Lee? No. Blanton's? No. But
No.
damn it, it's pretty damn good, Chris.
It is.
What do you think? Chime in.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So, how does this? So this is from the same
Same distillery as Blanton's and Elmer T. Lee.
It's
Okay.
Buffalo Trace.
And it's same mash bill. So it's the same exact
Recipe.
of their mixture of corn and
Grain.
malt and,
Baby Blanton's is what it is.
and rye.
Okay, yeah,
It's probably 4-year instead of 8-year.
yeah, it kind of feels like it's almost like a introductory into the Blantons kind of franchise, if you will.
What's
Again-
the MSRP on this? Like 39?
Actually, I want to say the MSRP is like still 40 or 50, but it was 150 is what we paid.
But Chris, that was, I mean, you said that perfectly, and again, that just goes to prove you're holding out on us. You're absolutely right. Hancock is the my theory is, and of course they keep everything so murky, so you don't know what's what. But Hancock, I think, is just a lesser aged Blanton's, is my opinion.
It's honestly also, it's actually wildly different than the other ones we've had tonight. To me, it's a lot fruitier than the other ones.
And do you think that's because it's maybe only been in the barrel for 3
I only
years?
get that on
I don't know.
I get that on the smell. I don't
I
get
get
a
more
lot of-
fruit. I get more
definitely
fruit.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's the
Because more time in the barrel should be more oak, right? I mean, common sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, you're good. Is the Hancock? Is it as hard to get hold of as the Blantons?
Probably harder.
It's
Never
weird.
see it.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Well, but you know
We
what?
literally had never heard of it until Ambassador Bean had brought it on. We had never even heard of it. And he brought it on. He said it was Buffalo Trace item. We looked it up. It is, but you can't find it on their
we
website.
did an
or
all
anything.
Buffalo Trace podcast tasting.
That was a good one.
Oh,
and,
man, 10 bourbons.
Yeah,
And it was 2 days of heavy drinking. That was on the second day.
But think about it. If this is baby Blanton's, why would they even make it? They make a little bit of it. They put it out there.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. After 4 years, we don't like this. This is okay. Call it Hancock. Let the rest go 8 years and call it Blanton's. And
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's just it doesn't make the cut, right?
that's like Weller and Pappy.
And Pappy,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exact same mash bill. And
Except this is even
doesn't
harder
make-
to get than those Wellers.
Yeah, but it's not. Well,
And
it is. But
my guess
It's not
is,
as good.
no, it's not.
It's
My
not
guess
as,
is
it's better than the Special Reserve, but
my
I
guess
know
is
you're not a big fan of Special Reserve.
no, not at all.
my guess is it's harder to
Oh, did you
get
get that on
because they don't have very much because they're so good at what they do.
Yeah.
They don't have very much that doesn't make the cut. So when they're bottling this, it's in extreme limited production.
It amazes me that the variation between single barrels. I mean, Bland's is a single barrel.
Yeah.
The variation is next to nothing.
Well, that's to me.
It's
That's
incredible.
why. To me, that's why Blanton's is the
So
apex.
coveted. Yeah.
Because it's the same every time, and that's crazy. We've all had single barrels that are wildly different from bottle to bottle, including Stag Junior.
Yeah, for sure, Stag Junior.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, should we get to the rankings?
Let's do it.
Maybe we should taste one.
No. All right. So we're gonna start.
That sounded like that TikTok video. No.
Chris, you're the newest guy, so you're gonna give your rankings first, and we start with the number one.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
so what your favorite
whatever
one
you like
was.
the best.
Yeah.
So we're just going with the original three, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just do the original three. Yeah.
Let's leave Blanton's and Hancock out of it.
Yeah.
Did you say 3 or free?
I said it was a three with an F.
Just let me know if you want me to smack him. Give him an elbow. There.
Yeah, you can smack him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Smack him.
All right.
me.
So, number one for Chris.
It's got to be the Elmer for me. The Elmer was
Delicious.
it was delicious. That's gonna be my my number one. Like I don't know. I thought like the when you like smelling it, like tasting it and all that sort of stuff, it was that came out the best. And that's my very descriptive, in-depth analysis
beautiful.
of the Elmer.
So what's 2?
Number 2 is actually the Knob Creek.
Okay.
Oh.
And the reason why I went with the Knob Creek as number 2 is I felt like that was the one that would pair well with a cigar.
Ah, nice.
And yeah, like the Elmer and the Elijah Craig are both good on their own. Like I would actually probably never drink those two with a cigar or with anything else. I think those are those are up there where you could just like drink them on their own. And that's it. Like they're on their own.
They stand alone.
They stand alone. They're
Yeah.
an island all on their own. And the Knob Creek on its own doesn't hold a candle to the Elijah Craig or the Elmer, but it brings something else to the table when paired with something else. I feel like the Knob Creek you can have with a cigar, with a steak, with like that sort of stuff, and it's going to accompany that amazingly. The other two you just drink on their own.
That is a very interesting, and I mean I really like that, Chris. I mean you said it specifically. Knob Creek with cigar, with food, I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
The other two by themselves. I mean, that was
Yeah.
good. I don't think we've ever had that before.
No.
On the ones that I've been on.
No, we've never
good.
taled about it would pair so well.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
No, it's never happened.
Really like
I'd
Okay.
also like to say I'm a little bit drunk as well. So
It's to be expected. Oh, there's still another tasting.
Yeah, that's
Just bring them out right now.
poor planning on your part. But, I'm
We
sorry
can break it up.
I'm sorry we added 2 more
I'm having
tonight.
a great time.
So Elijah Craig comes in at number 3 for you.
So Elijah comes in number 3. Yeah.
Okay, Jeff.
Chris threw me off there. I fully expected all 4 of us to have the exact same rankings, but I mean, I've got Elmer at the top of the list. I've got Elijah Craig second and Knob Creek third. But you know, it's a shame to say that Knob Creek's third or Elijah's second,
Yeah.
because all 3 of them were really, really good. And anybody that has these as part of their collection is fortunate to have all of them, any or all of them. So
Yeah. I agree with you. You're lucky to have any of them. I will say the only one I'm probably willing to pay more than MSRP for, one, because that Knob Creek 15 is like 100.
Mm-hmm.
The Elijah Craig is like 200. The only one I'm willing to pay more than MSRP for is the Elmer T. Lee.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to go above what the other 2 are.
yeah,
Let's put that up here.
yeah.
All right, Steve, me or you first? What are you looking for?
Long story.
Steve went on a hunt.
My tobacco.
All right,
I think it fell out of the bag.
me or you first?
We were so drunk at the end. Well, let me rephrase that. I was. I can't remember who went first last
Well,
time.
I'm going to let you go first because honestly, the Redwood Empires, those happen to all be my bottles, and you just brought them to me. So I'll go last on those.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems fitting, right?
I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah. So I'll
You'll
go
go
last.
first now.
I'll go first now.
Yes.
That's what I meant. I'll go
Okay.
first on these and last on that. That's
Chris.
what I meant. Yeah, here we go. All right, so my
Got a
number
bottle of tequila as well.
my number 1 was the Elmer T. Lee. The mouthfeel was by far the best. I mean, it just coated your mouth. I got honey, caramel. I got a little bit of oak, and also it was very long lasting. The finish was fantastic. I'm just a massive fan of that Elmer T. Lee. If I can find a bottle for that same price, I'll probably try to pick it up once I start getting paychecks again.
Very soon.
Very soon. So then number 2 for me is the Elijah Craig 18 year. That what did it for me was probably what I was describing as marshmallow on the nose. I loved that. I did get chocolate on the taste. I love that. When I added the water, I felt like I got a little bit more smokiness. One thing that definitely, I mean, flavor and everything put it below Elmer T. Lee, but one thing that definitely put it below Elmer T. Lee for me was the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel was not as thick or coating. Then I got the Knob Creek 15-year coming in last. It is definitely woodier than the rest of them. And what was crazy to me about it, though, was it was much better with water.
Yeah.
Much better. And it was good before, but it's just a crazy jump when we added the water. That was just wild to me. So, yeah, that's mine.
Okay. Well, not a whole lot of difference here. Maybe slight. Of course, my number one was Elmer T. Lee. Overall smoothness was just so impressive.
So impressive.
And credence to Chris for bringing out the mouthfeel, because we didn't talk about it at first, and then you brought it up, and it's just amazing on the mouthfeel on that bourbon. I like to call it a little meaty. So that's going to be how I refer to that from now on.
Ode to the British.
Ode to the British.
My number two, and I coincide with Chris on this one, is Knob Creek 15. Now,
We got a split decision.
I know. And my reference, again, to Chris on that is it's pretty shit.
Shite.
For me, as you guys already know, I'm a huge fan, so it's hard for me to get off that pedestal, and I'm sorry. I just really like Knob Creek 15. I love the clove pepper after taste. There's some vanilla in there. It's got a little bit of oak. To me, it's complex. I do agree with Jeff. It's not as lingering or as long of a finish as the Elijah Craig 18, but I like the flavors more.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to balance those out. So that's why it was number two for me. And then, of course, 3 with the 18. I love it. And you hate to have to rank these against one another, but it's
what
the
we do.
only thing it lacks, in my opinion, is the finish.
Okay.
All right, it just doesn't. It's not that it's not a long finish, but there's not a lot there for me. Like, I get all the flavor on Elijah, all up front.
Yeah.
And it's all there and it's good, but there's nothing that excites me on the back end. Like, you don't get spiciness on the back. You don't maybe even get sweetness. It's just there.
The only spiciness you get on the Elijah Craig is it's just there's a burn on the tongue that resonates, but it's not really flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
And what an awesome gift.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I'd like to just throw this out there to the table. So we've got a split decision. I feel like we need a tiebreaker.
There's no way to do a tiebreaker.
More bourbon.
I do like your style. But
I do as well.
we still have another episode to record tonight. So I think we're going to wrap this one up. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Elmer T. Lee being on the table is just like blows my mind. It really does. It blows my mind.
It's been something we have fantasized about.
Yeah.
With erected nipples.
Yeah, yes, touching.
Jesus.
Oh my!
Chris, thank you for coming on. I really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Yeah, this is
Yes,
That was
Chris,
fun.
thank you.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome addition.
Jeff, fuck off. We'll see you again soon, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I hope so. Look forward to it.
Easy now, Tiger.
And there we go. We got one of those.
I had to get it in.
No, Jeff, you're one of my favorite people, and you'll be back on.
I look
obviously.
forward to it. I
So,
appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve, anything to close out with on this episode?
I don't think so, Dave. I feel like we've covered as much as we need to.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to wish us both luck in the next tasting
Yes.
that we're about to record.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Bastards of Bourbon, we're out.
Out.